All right, let's talk about this right here. Let's talk about Tacha. Nigerian people say Tacha. We say Tasha. It doesn't matter if you CH, okay? I guess it depends on where you are in the world. It depends on your on your English mannerism. Even my own English don't collect with so many times. Don't bother. Don't worry, okay? Reality TV star, shout out to Instablog Bbnaija. Reality TV star Tacha Sam's Headies awards for disrespecting Nigerians. So let's just play that video really quick. Let's see what she's saying.
This is just and ridiculous. How is it that the biggest music award show in Africa has been held abroad back to back? Like, isn't what did our colonial masters do to us? What is this slave mentality? How does this make sense? I mean, the first time it was held in the US last year, kind of like made sense. Afrobeat was still getting so much momentum. Our artists was filling up stadiums. Yes, it made sense. But doing it in the US again a year after.
Wow, she sounds like Iyabo Ojo. She also sounds like Toke Makinwa at the same time. Is it me?
Back to back. Where's the sense in that? Yes, now, because we are the ones promoting it here in Nigeria. We are the ones voting. Like, have we forgotten that there was a time where BET would not give award to our artists on the front stage? They were giving award to artists backstage. Like, have we forgotten so soon? Even BET itself, Black Entertainment, Kiniko, would not hold your award in Africa, even if we want to cry left and right. Not in SA, not in Nigeria. So why are we taking... Guys, is it just me or... This is such a prestigious indigenous award abroad. Do you understand? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, let only me, any blog that is even posting it, don't post. Let them go and pay Shade Room, go and pay DMZ, go and pay all those expensive blogs, go and pay them $5,000, $3K to post your award. Since you don't want us to be fully part of it, because it makes no sense. Like, I don't understand. I don't know what foreign award they'll carry from abroad there and come and be hosting in Nigeria. Like, this slave trade mentality.
Unless they create a new version,
we feel like we're out of it.
based.
But if you think about it, are we really out of it? Let us just do better. Because it makes no sense. Because I don't understand. We they vote for Nigeria here, and then we're taking the award to the US. Why? We want to feel among, we want to rub shoulder. I don't get like what foreign award to be held in Nigeria. Please, let's be candid, I beg. It's such a...
She said, let's be candid, I beg. She's continues here. We're just always looking for validation from our slave masters. It's just a big shame. Headies, you guys should just do better. This is so disrespectful to Nigerians. To be honest, listen, let me just tell you my own opinion before I go into the comments over there. I personally feel the same way, okay? And the worst part for me is that you could never watch a good audio visual presentation from them. Yesterday my wife and I were trying to watch it on YouTube. The quality looked like they transmit it to Africa, and then they transmit it to NTA first, and then they transmit it back to YouTube. I'm like, and they've always been that way. They've always had terrible quality when it comes to anything they put on the internet. And I'm like, who is like where is Tayo Aino to help these people, to help these motherfuckers with their freaking production quality? Like, there's more than enough technology to transmit quality, especially if you're collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars. I would hope so for Headies in what do you call it, in sponsorship money. I would hope that you put some quality, you know. Like, I'm setting up an event right now for December, right? And I'm in a space where, like, quality or go home, like, you know, go hard or go home. Like, don't put the show together if you're not. So I'm already feeling that type of way about their audio visual presentation, bad quality. And then second year in a row, they're taking it to Atlanta, you know. And I'm like, there used to be an NEA Awards here in New York City. NEA Awards was something that my wife and I we were you know, associates with the organizers of it, and we took part in it, you know, back then, you know. Actually, that was the time we met Daddy Freeze, that he gave us a drop for our previous platform back then. That's back in 2009. And you know, that show back then, I could see the future, because you're trying to celebrate Afro beats, and you're the vision was confused. Like it was a confused vision, right? They want to give American artists awards, but they also want to give Nigeria artists awards. They want to bring some people out of Nigeria, which is why they brought the likes of the Daddy Freeze, AY Comedy, who we met back then, to the Juliet Ibrahim and people like that, right? So all those different people, right? Juliet Ibrahim, Desmond Elliott, you know. So they will bring them, but you could tell that it was eating up their pockets because there was not enough sponsorship, you know. So now these ones want to move the whole award show to Atlanta. My opinion anyway on this is this. My opinion is that it is disrespectful to Nigerians, okay? This is a global world, okay? If you really need to honor Black Americans, African Americans, or hip-hop artists, bring them to Nigeria, okay? There's no way that's not that cheaper, unless you don't know what you're doing in terms of organizing this type of events, right? There's no way that's not that cheaper. The ones you are bringing, I know some people, some few artists, Spiral and then were honored here in Atlanta yesterday, but it's just still weird that something that's meant for Nigerians, indigenous, like she said, will still be like, you're doing it like
prestigious indigenous
award, you're doing it in Yankee. It doesn't make any sense, okay? It doesn't make any sense. So I wanted to give my opinion really quickly before I go into the comments, because I'm sure the comments will be interesting. Somebody here says Tacha needs to be schooled. Afrobeat has become bigger than Nigeria. That doesn't make any sense. Hip hop would never be bigger than New York. That doesn't make any sense. Hip hop can get big, but the source of it, right? The source of it will never make any sense. To make it bigger than New York could make sense, right? Everything that's big like that has a source, right? So it just, and especially now, the people that are involved, they're saying, no, don't do this. Why are you taking it overseas? And you're saying it's bigger than Nigeria and America. Afrobeats will never be bigger than Africa. Are you normal? What are you talking about? Are you mad? Plus, there's more disposable funds for sponsorship. So they're looking for sponsorship. Again, you're chasing money. Vision. Chasing money. See, I understand that can be very tricky. I understand that it can be a hard decision to make. But vision is everything. Okay, if you paint the vision, there's sponsorship money everywhere. Dangote just literally brought $20 billion to Africa to install a refinery there. Why? Because there are deeply rooted other reasons to bring that money. Okay, again, if you can't sell your vision, you can't sell your vision. If you have a hard time selling that vision in Africa, in a global village, in the world of internet, you will have a hard time in Atlanta. You're just going to Atlanta to compete with the people that are already struggling. Could make sense, okay? You cannot blame the organizers if you aren't there to bankroll them. It's not blame, it's holding them accountable. They are carrying this on the back of Africans. If you want Africans to support this on an ongoing basis, it just makes they actually benefit more from making sure they have a clear vision. And if they're going to do something, I consider that it's not wise at this point. They should also explain that to the public. Right? They should make that clear. We're doing this in Atlanta, or we're doing a version of this in Atlanta. That's what MTV did. MTV did not take MTV base to Africa and uprooted MTV from Yankee. That's not how it worked. They created a new version. BET did the same, something similar, right? Yeah. They might even come down there and still do the slave master thing. They call it your name, and they will finesse you for it. And then you are saying that the sponsorship money. I get that, but chasing money is never a good idea. Money should be chasing the value of the vision that you bring to the table. That's how it works, okay? Somebody says, I totally agree. It's because they want to make profits. It's all money driven. That's a problem. I understand it's a difficult decision to make, but you got to go back to the table and make sure that you're airtight with this kind of stuff. If it solely looks like you're chasing after money, it will backfire. Okay, and we'll be here to talk about it when that happens, right? Because it will make news too. They will insult them in Atlanta. That's what will happen for the most part. It's because they want to make profit by selling tickets in foreign currency. Yeah, it could make sense now. You can't transmit something simple on YouTube. Something that a couple of kids in Africa and you're looking for money in Atlanta. Could make sense. They would now give the next rated artist a car abroad, and the artist will use over 25 shows and 5 major hit profits because they are able to ship the car to Nigeria. Only God knows if Buju has finally been able to get his RR to Lagos. See? Rolls Royce to Lagos. Could make sense. And then you have Terrence J. Austin the show. Why is Terrence J. Austin that show? Right? Anthony, what's his name? Anthony something. Last year. Could make sense. Doesn't make any sense, you know. Not to us yet. They need to explain it. At least they need to give us a clear statement on why they're doing this. Or they need to have the version of Headies in Nigeria and then have another version in Africa. And the one, in Atlanta. And the version they have in Atlanta does not have to be that big. If you look at the production, there's gaps everywhere. I'm like, who is running this stupid show? They will say they want to run the next nominees. Yesterday, let me tell you what I did yesterday. I should have made my wife film this for you guys yesterday. So they said, and the nominees are, and I said, babe, wait. They're not going to run that reel. It's a small video. They're not going to run it in the next one. And I started, that's the 1, 2, I started counting seconds. I counted 75. They never ran it. They actually went straight to commercial. You can't run a show in Africa. You brought it to Atlanta. You're still doing stuff and you're looking for your presentation. So let's start with the presentation first. Your presentation, which starts with the vision, obviously, right? These are the issues with the Africans. Come on. We can't sell. She's right. We're selling ourselves too cheap. And if you know anything better than I do, because I don't know all the intricacies in there, obviously, please do share. I would like to know your thoughts on this. Do you think Headies should be done in Atlanta or in Lagos? I don't think you should go to Abuja. You should stay in Lagos and do a good show and transmit it properly. Okay? The experience by Pastor, what's his name? House on the Rock, right? If they can transmit that in a very clean way in real time, come on. You can pay someone, you can get some sponsors to transmit something clean and get some sponsors, get some YouTube money while you're getting some other sponsors too. I don't know anything, I guess. But tell me more. Tell me what I don't know in this. Educate me in the comment section below. Because just like it doesn't make sense to Sasha, it doesn't make sense to me. Not Sasha, Tacha. It doesn't make sense to me either. Okay, I'll see you on the next video.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.